Good morning. Welcome to the Money Room. I'm your girl, Finance Muslima. Today we're going over money management. We doing money management, guys. Today, if you missed um, the launch of the money course yesterday, you still have time to purchase it. It hasn't closed yet. It's not going. Good morning. Good morning. It's still on sale for 30% off. It's the first link in the bio. If you have not gotten the money course, you've been seeing the emails, you've been seeing the texts. They went out to everybody. Shout out to my tribe, everybody that jumped on it and got it. Soon as I hit it yesterday, I'm so grateful and thankful, guys. It's been a journey. If you have not gotten the money course, click the first link in the bio. Go ahead and grab that course, and it's everything that you need to get started going into 2022, right? I know that you have these big goals and dreams of, we increase in the bag, you want to add more skills, you have all these things you want to do personally and business wise, which is a great thing. I tell y'all, money management, mastering the basics, you're always going to win. You're always, always, always going to win when you learn how to master the basics. Thank you so much. um, when you master the basics, you're always going to win, because as life go on and as life is shifting, the real estate market is going really crazy. Jobs aren't paying as much anymore. Overworked, underpaid. People are looking to learn new skills and start businesses and things. And I love it. That's what we want to do, right? Ownership. It's time for us to start owning. But when you don't know money management, you're not going to scale. You're not going to reach the level that you're trying to reach because you don't have a solid foundation. You have to have a solid money foundation, a solid financial foundation, right? If you don't have a solid financial foundation, always give y'all the analogy. Look at it like this, right? You have a home, you may have a spouse, baby father, whatever, you have children. If you don't have a solid financial, if you don't have a solid home, if your house isn't solid, your home isn't solid, the adults, husband and wife, aren't solid, how can the children be solid? If you don't have um, a good foundation in your home, everything gets off track. Kids are not listening. Everything is just going left. And one false move, and that foundation is going to crack and break. It's the same one false move in the household. The whole house can crack and break, right? It's just like you, and it's the same thing with your money. If you don't have a solid financial foundation, one false move that you make can make you lose everything. So I'm gonna give you an analogy on that. This is an easy one. A lot of you guys want to be homeowners, right? Say you go out and get a mortgage and purchase your first dream home, and after a while, life is happening, da da da. Now we all know we don't have control over our jobs anymore. People on jobs for 10, 20 years, and they send them emails letting them go, right? Say you have a mortgage and you get that email and that happens to you, or you just so depressed and the toxic environment, and you just not feeling it no more. You want to go do something else. You don't have the freedom to do that, because in the back of, if you don't have anything else lined up in the back of your mind, you like, I have this mortgage. What am I going to do? I have this mortgage. How do I pay this mortgage? So it will, if you don't have a proper financial foundation, you having that mortgage and stress on your mind, and then you got the job that you're not really clicking with, is stressing you out, and all of these things. The mortgage and the car payments and stuff is what's going to keep you in the toxic depression environment that you're in, and it's going to keep you um controlled with the pennies on the dollar that you get, because in the back of your mind, you like, I have all of these responsibilities. I got to pay my bills. So if you don't have a solid financial foundation, one false move in anything that you do, your whole foundation is going to fall. I'm going to give you this last analogy. Good morning. Good morning. Those of you just coming in. If you don't know, yesterday the money course launched, 30% off. If you don't know, the money course launched yesterday, 30% off. You still have time to go purchase. Click the first link in my bio and get the money course. We're going over some money management today, right? Not stop shying away from mastering the basics. Y'all, you gotta, when you master the basics, it'll change your life. I'm telling you, because it did it for me. So like I was saying, one false move and your whole financial foundation can be blown away. Now, let me tell you this. We live in a society where people are blown away, or, you can sell people just on them liking things, right? So people rent private jets and do photo shoots. They get crazy sales off it, right? People, they take vacation and they travel and do reels and share their behind the scenes life, and they can get crazy. Their website can hit the lid just off of that one post, right? So people sell an experience nowadays, right? So when it comes to money management, a lot of you guys, if you really don't know game, you'll look in on these things and you'll be infatuated, and you think a lot of people is living this dream life that you may desire, but they really not. And I'm gonna say that again. A lot of people who may have come from struggle or poverty mindset, not really having too much, when we see these things on the internet, we get excited like, oh my God, I want that car. That's my dream car. And I'm not downplaying anything, because that's what we're supposed to do, sell an experience. We're supposed to sell an experience, right? But if you never have experienced any type of luxury in your life, you see these things and you get blown away thinking that people have, you don't have to have a lot of money to sell an experience. You just have to know marketing. You just have to know how to do things and give the people what they want. So when you see these things, don't think that everybody you see doing something has everything together. Everybody don't have everything together. And I will tell you that because for me personally, I know 2017, 2018, just starting out in life insurance, I was out helping families and I did not have it all together. But what I did know was how to get in there and help and teach them what financial products was best for them based upon what they wanted to do for their family. I knew how to teach them build wealth through life insurance. I know life insurance front to back. But on the back end, me personally, no, I did not have it all together. So don't think that you have to have all your ducks in a row. Money management is super important. If you have a job that you're frustrated with and you want to get away from, you bring home $4,000 or $5,000 a month off that job, and you still don't know where all your swiping coming from. You don't write out budgets. You don't create a goal list. You're not changing no old habits. How are you going to be ready for God to give you 6-7 figures and you don't even know how to manage the basics? That goes to say, you must know how to manage the basics. This is the reason why you will be like all of these other people out here. They hit a lick, hit $1 million, $500,000, and then they broke the next day. If that's what it is you want to do, and you just want a quick lick to enjoy the experience, then fine. I get it, right? But if you want to hit, hit a lick and essentially, or put the work in and continuously do that, you have to know how to make money. You got to know how to manage money, and you have to know how to multiply money, or it's not going to work. So, always, so the whole thing in your mind of increasing your income, oh, I need to make more money, all of these things. Yes, I get it. But I'm here to tell you today, make money, manage money, multiply money. When you know how to manage money, when you learn how to multiply money, it's not that stressful as you think it is, because you can make $200 off $20 when you know how to hustle, when you know how to multiply money. You can make $2,000 off $200 when you know how to multiply money. You can make $200,000 with $2,000 when you know how to multiply money. It all starts off with, guys, you got to first believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have a vision. You should always have your vision written down. We're going into December. You should have a goal board, or if you don't have your financial planner, you can order one off of my site. You should have, this has a whole section in it for you to create your own vision board, like literally. It's really dope. I love it. And vision boards are not just for the first of the year, but this is where we at. It's December, right? You got to have vision board. You got to have some goals. And this is the thing that I want y'all to do right now too, with going into December 2021. We're going into December 2021. I want y'all to create some financial goals, short term and long term. Create some financial goals, short term and long term, right? Now, when I say short term, I mean, what are some financial things you're going to get done this week? What are some financial things you need to get done this week? Review your credit report. Start creating a budget every single week. What are some things you need to do this week, right? So then we go in monthly. Every month you should have it down pat. If you need to focus on if you are a person that you need to focus on paying credit cards down, you may have a lot of credit cards, and you may need to if you're a person that you may have a lot of credit cards and you may need to pay your credit cards down. We're going into December. We're going into a whole new month. We ain't even talking about the fact that the new year coming. Don't worry about the new year. Operate every single day, focusing on and structuring your bag. Don't worry about all of that. We going into December, a whole new month. If you need to pay credit card debt down, you should be writing in your financial planner. There's a whole section for it. What credit card you have, how much you owe, what's the minimum you paying. This month you need to start adding more than the minimum due, right? Because y'all be having credit cards, Capital One, $300, minimum payment $25. You want 25 of them to death every month, and then go to the nailery and spend $200. It's okay sometimes, like, y'all, this money management thing is not that complicated where we like don't live your life, but you got to be a little bit more responsible. You got to push to the guns, right? Because if you have a Capital One card and your balance 300 and something dollars, if your limit is $500, you're over your over utilization. That's too much. So you damn near get ready to max it out, and you still only paying $25. Bougie Girl says the end of this year, 2022, is personal, and you're helping me. Yes, ma'am. Let's get it. I love it. Love to see it. Right? So pay your debt down if that's something that you need to do, right? When it comes to these financial goals, they not just when the new year comes. This thing is every day what you're working on, how much I'm saving, what I'm not doing. This thing is every week what I'm not doing, what I'm focusing on, what's the longevity goal. This thing is every month. right? Where can I cut back at so I can get into that home that I want? And then we talk about a year. A year is too far out, y'all. Y'all gotta focus on setting the goals right now for today. Like right now, it's the holiday. Y'all gonna be buying these kids a lot of stuff that they don't need, but you feel they need it because your friends and family, everybody getting their kids all this stuff. That's not even what Christmas is about. But I'm not even gonna get into that. Y'all do what y'all do for that. The only piece of advice that I have for holiday shopping is I really don't suggest people use credit cards for holiday shopping, because if you're using a credit card, that means you don't have the money. And if I can't afford it, if I don't have the money, I'm not purchasing it. Go back down on my post. Holiday tips I put for spending. You need to use cash. You need to go to the ATM, get your cash out. If it's $1,000, if it's $2,000, whatever it is that you're going to spend, and you need to use cash to go to these stores for your holiday shopping so that you don't keep swiping what you don't have. When all the cash is gone, then you say to yourself in your mind, "That's it." Right? I just gave y'all a tip on discipline. I just gave y'all a simple, easy tip on discipline. Go to the ATM, get the money out. Go inside the bank, get the money out. If it's too much, spend all the cash you have, and then you tell yourself you're setting a rule that that's it, no more. Then another one, the next one I'm going to do, what you should be focusing on. So I said this is we're going into December. Everybody have goals and plans of things that they want to do at the top of the new year, right? So whatever it is, the goal that you're trying to reach for January, you might reach. We want to reach your. I know I have goals that I'm planning to reach December before January even hit. Right, I got goals I'm trying to reach by tonight. Like that's how serious this thing is, right? So you have things that you want to get done by this week, tomorrow, today, next month, going into the new year, right? So with reaching that goal, would it be in, you having some time, what is it that you should be doing now? Building discipline, the exact scenario I just gave you. So I would say, if we want to talk about the house, we're talking about the mortgage, right? If you are planning or preparing to purchase a home, hire you a credit professional. Oh yeah, I have a credit company too. Click the link in my bio. We got a Black Friday sale. That's just the first part of it. You gotta have some money saved up. You gotta start saving money, right? We're talking about savings down. Whatever that ultimate goal is you want to hit, you want to start a new business, you want to invest in well, I wouldn't say certain things, because depending on what it is you want to do, you definitely I certain things I would leverage a credit card to invest in my business with, that as long as I know that it's bringing me more money, right? But we talking about your dream home, right? You said you wanted to get a mortgage 2022, you wanted to buy you and your children, you're tired of renting, paying all of this money, and you like, it's time, my kids deserve a house, right? While you were so focused on a credit score, is way deeper than that. I know you have relatives and lenders relatives that promise you go to the table and you don't have any closing costs and all those things, which is fine. I want you to work with a realtor that's going to get you the right deal and have the right connections, because that's all it's about, is connections and positioning their client in the best way possible. But what I want you to understand is you still need to have money saved, because you should not be taking on such a huge responsibility as to getting a mortgage and you have no money saved up. You have no money in the bank. You have no cushion. You don't have anything. You can't do that, guys. It's so very dangerous, right? It's very dangerous. So I know that, you'd be like, oh, I don't need nothing for the closing table. A realtor, like, they gonna get you and they gonna get you lit. Girl, we gonna get you in the house. Da 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 da. Love it. Cool. But I'm not talking about the realtor. I'm talking about you. as a woman, you better make sure you got some money on the back end, you got some money in the bank. You better make sure all them credit cards is on zero. You don't owe anything, and you have maximum allowed. Your business credit cards, make sure you have money on them too, because guess what? Getting a mortgage and going into home ownership, things are going to happen. You need money. So don't let them hype you up, and all of that stuff. Yeah, that's fine, but start saving your money now. So if your goal is to have the mortgage for 2022, right now, today, y'all need to start saving money. And I'm not saying wait till after the holiday, right? Bump the holiday. We ain't worried about that. It's going to come, it's going to go, it's going to be every year. The new goal, the holiday should be putting your kids into a dream home where they could be comfortable and no longer want for anything, in a safe, good environment, right? That's the holiday gift, right? We talk about going bigger. Start saving money, start saving money. Doesn't matter how big or short or whatever your goal is, you got to save money. So the 50-30-20 rule, I don't know if you guys are familiar. If you was a part of Girls Just Want to Have Fun's webinar, I really broke down the 50-30-20 rule in depth. I'm not going to get into that today, but what I will say is look up the 50-30-20 rule. You need to understand how much of your money you should be saving. If you get paid every other week, you bring home $3,000-4,000. You bring home $5,000 every other week, whatever the case may be. How much of your paycheck are you saving? And this may be another concern as well. So you may bring home $5,000 every other week, but then for some people, they have so many high expenses that they don't even have nothing left over. Right? They just like, that's it. Some people have been maxed out before the paycheck even hit their direct deposit account. You've been done. So what I would say in that situation, if when you get paid, you don't have no money, you got all this stuff on autopilot coming out of your account and you broke already. What I would say is, yes, I'm gonna say to myself, I gotta make some more money. But also before that, I will go back and expect and really dig deep into my current situation and what is it that I'm doing. Right? When you're doing a budget and you staying on top of your game, those things like that don't happen. But if that is happening, that means that you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not staying up on your game. So if you are in that situation, okay, yes, you're like, you want to go make more money. Yeah, make more money by all means. But when you don't address the situation and what's going on, as you go to make more money, you still going to be maxing out everything because you don't know what you're doing on the front end. So if your situation is you're bringing home $5,000 every other week, before you go get a part-time job, before you go start a side hustle, all of those things, yeah, have that in your plan, of course, but you gotta double back and readdress the situation, what it is how you handling your money, how you got your things set up, so that as you continue to add on more money, these things don't happen again. And you continuously live this way and not know what's going on because you're afraid to go back to the basics. And that's what we're talking about today. You're afraid to go back and address and evaluate what is it that I'm doing? What is it that I can change? And a lot of people don't even know what it is they doing wrong when it comes to the basics of money, because they don't even know what they should be doing. If you don't even know what you should be doing in the basics of money management, then when you look at and inspect your own personal situation, you're not going to understand what you're doing wrong because you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing. That's why you need to have a money coach such as myself. That's why you need to have the money course. If you don't, click the first link in the bio. You need to go get it. It's still 30% off. That's why you need to have a financial planner to write your things in and stay on top of your game. You have to go back to the drawing table and inspect and find out, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Why am I exhausting all of my funds like that? What is going on? And at the same time, you already know people like, get a part-time job add a side hustle, start a business, whatever the case may be. Yes, that's I want you to do that, right? But when you add in on that extra money and you still haven't went back to the basics, to the table, and figured out what exactly it was you was doing wrong, while you continuously still adding on more streams of income, you're going to be exhausting them. You're going to be broke. All the direct deposits going to be going because you don't even know you don't know what was going wrong in the first part in the beginning. And that's where a lot of y'all need to be right now, focusing on being consistent with budgeting. That's exactly where a lot of y'all need to be. Y'all need to be focusing on money management. And people, I teach money management. I love to teach money management. Make money, manage money, and multiply money. It may seem simple, but those are the three things that a lot of y'all not doing. Y'all don't know how to do it. And if you don't know how to and really get a clean and inspect your own personal situation, the more you add on and the more you try to do, you're not going to win. You're not going to be able to scale, right? I couldn't hit this next level up if I wasn't open to removing my pride and ego and dropping all the old bad habits, removing all of the things that I used to do, and then most importantly, get the mindset shift. Because now I'm open and I'm clear. I could see more opportunity now. Now I could be more open to new information that I haven't learned before or that I never knew about. So when you get to that point, that's when it's going to start rolling. If you want to stay stuck in a comfort zone, it's not really much anybody could do to help you because you're just not ready. And then we're going to talk about credit. Right, I gave away to you guys the free I gave you guys a credit cheat sheet on the site, link in the bio. If you didn't get the credit cheat sheet, right, things that you should know how to do. If you don't have to be a credit repair professional to know these things. Every human being should know these things. Why? Because you have good credit runs the world. You have good credit, you good. You can get anything. You could go anywhere. You can leverage it in any way you want to leverage it. So that's why even you don't have to be a credit professional to know you like go really get in debt with it, but you should know the basics of what you're doing with your own personal credit. You should know what you shouldn't be doing and what you should be doing to keep your credit report clean. And if you need a score increase, to get your score increase as well. And it be basic stuff. The thing about it with credit repair is just repetitive, and it's a patience game, and it takes time. It's not nothing that happened overnight. When I had a repossession in 2015, I thought that was the end of the world. I never experienced a repossession in my life. Why? Because I'm from Philly. I had never had a finance car before. I just drove very nice used cars, right? That's what we do in the hood. We buy very nice used cars. We don't have car payments. Moved to Charlotte 2013, 2015, experienced a repossession. I'm like, what the heck is this? I never even knew. I never even knew about financing. I never even paid a finance a car, right? That whole situation right there was something new for me. Oh, this is something new. I have to budget into my funds. Because now this is another bill, and I never had to do that before. So that one piece alone was a huge difference in my monthly expenses than what I was used to my whole life. Now I'm 38, almost been in Charlotte 9 years. So what I've learned how to pay for a car now. What, since 2015, I messed up. Life just was happening. So what, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now this is 2021. 6 years, I guess you could say. I got a good flow on paying a car payment. I'm a city girl. I'm comfortable with saying it was new for me, right? But people still struggle in the area as well of working that whatever their monthly bill is in their insurance. People still struggle into doing that in their budget because they're not writing down their stuff and what they should be doing. If you don't know about credit, You don't know how to master the credit game. You don't know how this credit thing works. You don't know how to leverage it to make it work for you. I have a credit repair company. All of my stuff is in my bio if you need help with that. We do have a Black Friday sale going on, but also I have a free credit repair cheat sheet for you in my bio as well. So you can get that and look over it and see what it is that you need to apply to your own personal situation. So get the credit repair cheat sheet. Um, Learn to read and understand what's on your credit report when they make mistakes, because they do. And get with a professional or contact me, send me a DM if you need help with that. But credit, you have to address the credit. You have to. So I was saying that to say 2015, when I got that repossession, it take a while. I was paying payments for a while, right? Um, I was making payments for a while, but then life was happening, things was happening. I didn't have enough cushion, enough money saved in the back end. So as life kept on happening, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like it was just too much, right? Um, but it took me a while to mess up. So I had to understand that in order to get better and get my credit rolling on a good foot again and be able to get approved for certain things and be able to get another car with lower interest and all of that, it takes time. It takes time. I had to get a cleaning of my credit report, right? I had all this old stuff on it from back years ago in Philly. I had to get a cleaning. And then in the midst of doing that, I had to start building on time payments and trade lines, all of these things. So then now you got to build, because when you go to apply for stuff and you want to get really high credit limits, they're going to look and see, excuse me, how much good history do you have, right? So I tell people this, just because you have a student loan, I know we don't want to have them, we hate them, but if you do on time payments to on a student loan for 5, 8, 7 years, that looks good on your credit when you're trying to go somewhere and get something, because they looking for the history. Well, one of the things they're looking for is the history of how long you've been paying something consistently on time. How trustworthy are you? Why should we give this girl this $400,000 for this house? Will we get our money? Y'all got to prioritize the credit piece more. So um, when you're doing your monthly budget inside of your financial planner and you're writing your financial goals and all of that, and then now I gave you the free credit cheat sheet, you should know where you at with your FICO score and so forth. So when you write in your goals for December, you should be able to say, what commitment is it you want to hold yourself accountable for? What are you going to commit to in the credit aspect of your life? For me, I'll give you an example. So, okay, I said we going into December. For the month of December, what goals when it comes to your credit are you going to commit to make your to get your situation back right, or to better your situation, or how do you hold yourself accountable? So I'll give you an example. For me, not just for the month of December, but ever since I hit rock bottom, and really I could say the last 2, 3 years, the last 2 years, I would say, I've just been on it like crazy with my credit. I don't play at all because I know how hard it was to get out of that hole, and I'm never going to let myself get that hole again, right? I got all kinds of reminders when my credit stuff is due. Pop up on the laptop, it go off on my phone, and I get the emails from the company. That's why I love to get the emails, because it's good in the text. It's good reminders for you when you're really busy and you don't want to forget. You don't want to be late, right? So the commitment that I made to myself, I would say the last 2 years, going super strong with my personal credit. Um, I'm like, look, I'm not being late on my payments. I'm not maxing my credit cards out. I'm going to do good and build relationships with these banks, because I know I'm going to want to double back and get things from them for me and my family. So you have to figure out what your commitment is. So for the month of December, even if it's something as small as that, right? Some people have 5, 6, 7 credit cards and don't even, I have a lot, but I don't use them. Some people have a lot of credit cards that they use and just swipe everywhere, order everywhere. They don't even know what's going on. They be late on the payments, don't know how much the full bill is. So even if that small thing you could do for December, sit down and write out all your debt. When you're doing your budget, debt is included. How much do you owe? And don't just look at the debt area and say, oh, I got a payday loan. I owe $200. No, debt is credit cards. You list it and you write out every single one. American Express, $1,000. Victoria's Secrets, $200. Capital One, $400. Write down every single piece credit card that you have so that you could see it and get the visual and know and understand what you have to tackle one by one. Or if you want to give everybody an extra $30 or $20 this month, what is it that you plan to do? But you can't make the plan if you don't have it all in front of you. So if that's the smallest thing you could do for going into December, if you're a person where you fall off and you tend to not pay your credit card bills on time and you just can't seem to get it right, that's a very good tip that I just gave y'all. When you do your monthly budget, write down every single credit card. That is a part of money management and controlling your debt and maximizing your income. You can't maximize your income if you don't know what you're working with. So if need be, click the link in my bio, go grab the credit cheat sheet, figure out where you at with your credit. Put some credit goals down you're going to do for December. You're going to write down some debt goals you're going to do for December. You're going to write down some savings goals, what you're going to do for December. And then the last thing I want you to do is write down some investment goals that you're going to do for the month of December. What type of investments do you plan on doing? So we talked about the mortgage and purchasing a home. Let's keep it simple and elaborate on that. If that is the case and you're looking to purchase your dream home, then what you should be doing for the month of December to hit that goal is stay on top of all your finances. Stay on top of your savings, your credit, your debt. It's all important. There's no one area that's more important than the other when it comes to purchasing a home, because you're going to need all of them. They're going to want the debt to income ratio. How much debt do you have based upon how much you make, right? The savings, you need to have money saved on the back end. Excuse me. And then your credit, that's a huge component of purchasing a home as well. So really everything that's in your simple personal budget is super important to the process of getting a mortgage if that's your goal. All of it is important. There's not one area you should focus on more. Now, if you're paying a professional to help you with your credit repair, there may be one thing that you like, you don't have to go as hard on it, but you still need to communicate with that professional, do what they tell you to do to get you back afloat, and then also stay afloat forever. Learn the game and listen and understand what they're telling you so that you can make sure when you walk away from that program, your credit will be forever good and you know how to master the basics so that you can always keep yourself on top. So all of these things are important depending upon what your goal is. And they are what I said earlier, nothing but money management basics. So either way you look at it, whatever it is you desire to do, you have to master money management. It's not a hard thing to do, especially if you have my mindset and money game planner, because it helps you be on point in the appropriate strategy and timeline that you should be doing so. So I hope that this money management was really great for you guys today. If you're not on the email list, make sure you email us and stay connected, www.faithfamilyfinance.co. www.faithfamilyfinance.co. If you want to join the Mindset and Money Gang community, you can text the word money to 980-293-6012. And last but not least, this is the last day for 30% off of the money course. If you do not have it, you can click the link in the bio, get the course, send me a DM or something if you need some help. I love you guys. Happy Saturday.